so glad you joined us. Today is day 22 of our 30-class active chair yoga journey together. Our poses today will help us tap into our body's fat-burning capabilities and includes some seated work for the abdominals. This class launched 2 years ago, and let's experience our chair yoga practice as a community together. Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol. I'm so glad you've joined us today. Check out the Bottoms Down YouTube channel homepage for easy access to videos to the body area you want to work on, or the amount of time you have for your yoga practice today, or if you want to stay seated or stand more. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. Don't forget it's free and we'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment. In today's practice, we'll explore poses to get us moving. You'll only need a chair for today's class, and let's get started. So we're going to move forward in our chair and take just a moment to ground our feet and our sits bones to the earth and to the chair. So just know that you're connected. The feet are equally weighted. Same thing with those sits bones. They're equally weighted to the chair and you feel like you're stable. Let's go ahead and flip our palms up towards the ceiling. Pull that belly button in towards the spine, lifting up through the sternum, pulling the shoulders down. Closing the eyes if that feels okay for you, and we're just going to breathe. Feeling your natural inhalation and exhalation. And let's begin to elongate the breath, inhaling a little more deeply and exhaling a little more completely. Do that a couple more times. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart and set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath here. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. We're going to take our shoulders and we're just going to let them shrug up in towards those ears. Feel that stretch. And then we're just going to let them fall. And do that again. Shrug those shoulders up in towards the ears and let them fall. And do that one more time. Up we go. And let them fall. Nice. We're going to let our right ear fall towards our right shoulder. Let's go ahead and reach up with that right hand, and we're just going to lay it lightly on the head. So you're not pulling or tugging. Just let the weight of that hand give you a little extra stretch. One more breath. All right, let's remove the hand from the head first. Let that head come up. And then we're going to drop our chin towards our chest. We're going to reach up with the hands. And again, you're just laying them lightly on the head. Elbows are down towards the floor. Just feel the stretch here. Super gentle. Let's bring the hands back down to the lap and lift the head up. And then we're going to go to the other side. So just feel the stretch first. And then if you want to add on, you're just going to lift your hand and place it lightly on the head. One more breath here. Let's bring that hand back down to your lap. Go ahead and lift your head up. All right, very good. Next, we're going to move into a cat and a cow. So we're going to take our thumbs to the back wall, lifting up nice. And so lifting up that sternum, right? Feeling that openness in the chest. Squeeze those shoulder blades back behind you. Now we're going to come into cat pose. So we're going to round our spine. Take the hands and place them lightly on the thighs. And then just tuck your chin. We're going to do that again, adding the breath. Let's inhale into our cow pose. Maybe you look up just a little bit if that feels okay. Squeeze those shoulder blades behind and exhale into cat pose. Let's do that again. Inhale. And exhale. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. And release. And grab a sip of water. We're going to move into a warrior series. So we're going to take our right knee and we're going to open it wide and we're going to let our left knee fall straight down towards the floor. Bring your hands to heart. You're looking over your front knee. All right. From here, we're going to extend our arms up to the ceiling. Remember, you can always leave your elbows bent if that feels better. Then we're going to windmill and we're going to face forward. There's your warrior 2. We're going to bring that arm down and around, back up to that warrior 1. And then we're going to move back to that warrior 2 again. Let's bring that hand back down and up we go. And we're going to come back to that warrior 2. And up we go. And bring your hands down to the heart. Down to your chair. Okay, so we're going to add on to this side a little bit before we go to the other side. So now we're gonna add a little bit of leg movement. So as I'm here in my warrior 1, I'm gonna push my foot back just a little bit. Here I am in my warrior 1. Then when I move to my warrior 2, see what's happening to my legs? I'm extending this leg out and I'm up on those toes. And then I'm coming back to that warrior 1 and I'm gonna bend that knee. And then I'm gonna come back to that warrior 2. Okay? So let's give that one a try and see what we think. So first of all, we're gonna start. Take this knee down towards the floor and maybe push the foot back just a little bit. You're going to start up on those toes, okay? Bring your hands to your heart. Let's extend our arms up to that warrior 1. Now we're going to move to that warrior 2 and see how my leg is nice and long now. Here I am in my warrior 2. And then I'm going to bring this arm down and around. I'm going to come back to that warrior 1. And then I'm going to move into that warrior 2. Let's do that one more time. Up we go into warrior 1. Let's move to that warrior 2. Now, I'm going to flip this front palm up and back into my reversed warrior. We're going to go back to that warrior 2. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in the arms. One more breath. Let's release. And let's do the other side just like that before we add on, okay? All right, so we're going to take this left knee now and I'm going to open it wide with my right knee going towards the floor. And I'm going to go ahead and push that foot back just a little bit, but not a lot. We're going to add more here in just a minute. Let's start here, up into that warrior 1, and then we're going to move to that warrior 2. So don't worry about the legs right now. Just leave them right where they are. Ready? Up we go into that warrior 1. Inhale here. Exhale into that warrior 2. Let's do that again. Up we go into that warrior 1, and then we're going to move to that warrior 2. Beautiful. All right, bring the hands back down. Now, let's extend that leg a little bit longer behind us, and then we're going to add the leg in. Okay, so we're going to go to that warrior 1 first. Notice that my knee's a little bit bent here. Now, as we come into that warrior 2, I'm straightening my leg, and I'm up on the side of that foot. Ready? Let's come down into that warrior 1 again. Inhale. Exhale into your warrior 2. Down and around into that warrior 1. We're going to move back to that warrior 2, and let's reverse that warrior. Flip that palm up and back. Feel that stretch. Back to that warrior 2. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in the arms. One more breath and face forward. So it's a little deeper pose, right? So we're going to add a side angle to that. And I'm going to go just to that second version. Now, if you want to keep the knee straight to the floor, that's fine. But if you want to come with me, then I'm going to do the version with my leg extended, okay? So let's start with that right knee. We're going to open it wide. That left knee is going to fall down, and then I'm going to push that foot back just a little bit. Bring your hands to your heart, all right? Fingertips to ceiling for the full extension. Here is our warrior 1, and we're going to move to that warrior 2. Let's go ahead and reverse our warrior up and back. So we're going to do a little flow here. And then we're going to come to our side angle pose. So the fleshy part of this arm is on the fleshy part of the leg, palm is facing up. Extend that arm out. Now this hand, let's go ahead and place it on our waist and lift our heart just a little bit and then extend. We're going to do one more add-on right now. We're going to bring that bicep by that ear. Oh yeah, how's that feel? All right, let's open back up and come back into that warrior two. We're going to bring that arm down and around into our warrior one. Inhale here. Exhale, move back into that warrior two. Let's go back to that side angle pose and bring that bicep by that ear. And we're going to come back into that warrior two. And we're going to come around to our warrior one. Back to our warrior two. Side angle pose with that bicep by ear, if that feels okay for you. Back to that warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior up and back. Back we go to that warrior two. One more breath and release. Did I go too fast for you? So that's the idea today. We're moving, right? So hopefully I'm going through it enough times that you're kind of getting it, but we are moving a little faster than sometimes we do in our poses. Okay, let's do the other side. Here we go. We're going to open and let this knee fall down first. Push the foot back behind you. Bring your hands to your heart. All right, are we ready? Extending those arms up to the ceiling. Here we are in a warrior one pose. Now we're going to windmill around to that warrior two. Down and around that arm goes, back up to that warrior one. Then we're going to move back around to that warrior two. And then we're going to come down and around back to that warrior one. We're going to move back to that warrior two. Let's go ahead and flip our front palm up and reverse our warrior. Back to your warrior two. Now we're going to come into side angle pose. So this is the arm that's going to come down by that, on that thigh, palm is facing up. Let's take the hand that's in the air, place it on our waist and lift our heart. So the idea is you want to really be lifted through the heart. So I'm not here, I'm lifted. Let's extend that arm. And then we're going to bring bicep by ear. And then we're going to come back into that warrior two. And then down to the warrior one. And then back to that warrior two. And side angle pose. Bring bicep by ear. Back to your warrior two. Down to the warrior one. Back to the warrior two. Side angle pose, bicep by ear if you want. Back to that warrior two. One more breath and release. Okay, how's everybody doing? We only have one more thing to add on. So you know that you don't have to add on, right? So you can keep doing any of the versions that we've done, or you can add on this final piece. Okay, here we go. Right knee comes open, left knee down towards the floor. Push the foot back, bring your hands to heart. Let's extend those arms up for that warrior one. We're going to move into, whoops, I'm going to move a little further edge to the edge of my chair. Move into that warrior two. Ready? Here we go. Back to that warrior one. And to that warrior two. Can we do that again? Back to warrior one. Move to warrior two. Ready for side angle? Side angle pose. We're going to bring our bicep by ear. Now we're going to bring that arm back out, and this final add-on, you're going to take this wrist and bring it down by your ankle. Oh my goodness. One more breath. Press back to that warrior two. Back to your warrior one. And to your warrior two. Side angle pose. Do you want to add bicep by ear? Let's bring that arm back out and let that opposite hand fall down. Pressing back up into warrior two. One more time. We've got this. Up to warrior one. Back to warrior two. Side angle pose. Wrist by ankle. Back to warrior two. And release. All right, we got to do the other side, though. This is it. This is the last thing. And then we're moving on to another series. Okay, here we go. Open that left knee, right knee falls towards the floor. I know, we're moving, aren't we? You're like, I don't know what we're doing, Carol. Just hang with me. Here we go. Extending those arms to that warrior one. You know what? I'm going to already move towards the edge of my chair. I was too close in. Here we go. I needed to move a little closer to the edge of my chair. Let's get to that warrior two. Any adjustments you need to make? This is a great time to make them. Are we ready? Down and around to that warrior one. Let's go back to that warrior two. Down and around to that warrior one. And back to that warrior two. Are we ready for side angle? Here we go. Side angle. Let's go ahead and bring that arm across, extended side angle. Now, bring that arm back out, and then we're going to let that wrist fall down by that ankle. Are we ready? Press back to that warrior two. Let's do that again. Warrior one. Two, warrior two. Side angle pose. Bring that arm out and open that wingspan. Press it up. Down to that warrior one. Back to your warrior two. Side angle pose. Open it up. One more breath. Back to warrior two. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in the arms. Activate that upper body. And release. Go ahead and have a seat. Wow. Did y'all feel that? I did. Okay. So the next series is really for those abdominals, and these are called good mornings. So we're going to move forward in our chair, and I want you to go ahead and lean back all the way and touch the chair and cross your arms at your chest. Now your knees are bent and your feet are on the floor. We're going to take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, we're going to come up into a seated position. Now, as you come back, I don't want you to relax. So you can touch the chair, but don't rest. And then up we go. So you're only using your abdominals here. And back we go. And up we go. Now you want to add the breath. It's an inhale back and an exhale up. Keep going. And up we go. So remember, we're touching the back of the chair, but we're not resting. Back we go. And up. We have one more like this. Back we go. And up. Okay, and release. Okay, that's a great version, and you can stick with it. If you want to do the add-on, the next add-on, we're going to bring our hands behind our head. So it's the same thing. We're going to come back. Don't touch, well, you can touch, but don't rest, and up we go. And back we go, building into a little bit of heat into those abdominals, and up we go. And back, that's your inhale. If you want to add that breath, exhale as you come up. Otherwise, just don't hold your breath, right? If you don't want to add the yoga breath, don't hold your breath. Just breathe naturally. Up we go. We have two more. Down. And up. And down. And up. Okay, bring the hands down. Did you feel the difference there, right? It's quite a bit of difference in having the hands behind the head. Okay, so the final add-on, if you want to do it, is we're going to extend those legs long. So it changes everything. So if you want to start here, let's all just do a few here, kind of get how it feels, and then we'll do, so down we go, and up. Those feet stay down. So we're not letting those feet come up off the floor. So what happens if the feet come up, keep going, it's just the hips and the hip flexors are trying to help. They're super strong and they want to give you a hand. We don't want to make all the work be right here in those abdominals. All right, are we ready? You want to try the hands behind the head? Back we go. And up we go. And back we go. And up. Are you keeping those feet down? I know. They want us to come up. I know they do. Don't let them. And up. Keep those elbows back as well. Right? And I'm not pulling on my head, right? My hands are just kind of resting there. My head is not even, I mean, you're just touching, right? It's not like I'm pulling on my head. Don't pull on that neck. In fact, if you want to just bring the hands here by your ears, then you know for sure you're not pulling on that neck. Can we do two more? Oh, we've got this. I know we do. We got one more. All right. Very, very good. Go ahead and bring your hands down and take just a little break here. So the next thing we're going to do is it's called rowing the boat. No, we're not doing boat pose. It's called crisscross. So it's the same idea of, working into those oblique muscles. So I'm going to bring my hands behind my head, and I'm going to bring, my knees are bent and my feet are on the floor. I'm going to take this elbow and I'm going to cross over and I'm going to touch that knee, and then I'm going to come up. And then I'm going to do the other side. So I'm crossing and I'm touching the knee, and then I'm coming up. So if this doesn't feel good for you, for your back, don't do it, right? Cross and touch and up. Maybe you're here. Maybe that feels a little bit better for you, right? Your choice. Kind of pick that arm placement that works for you. Keep going. We got a few more. So we're crossing, touching, and up, and crossing and touching and up. Cross, touch, back we go, and release. Okay, so the final add-on, if you so desire, is you're going to extend those legs long. Okay, here we go. So it's just a little extra add-on, twist and down. Elbow comes to that bent knee, and then you extend the leg down. Elbow to bent knee and down. You should be feeling this by now. Abdominals are really working hard. Your oblique muscles are working hard. Those side waist muscles, right? And down. Keep going. And down. Twist it. And down. 2 more on each side, though. I know. When I say 2, it's usually 4, because we can do both sides. Last one, last time. Here we go. Last one, last side. And release. Go ahead and bend the knees. Go ahead and come back into your chair, and let's grab a sip of water. We're going to come to standing on the right side of our chair. Now in this series, we're going to be doing a press on our chair, and so I want to make sure that the chair is on a mat, a sticky mat, or on carpet, or you've got it up against the wall. I don't want it to be pressing away from you. So the idea too is that you're going to be pressing your weight down, and not out. But it's better if it's on a mat or a carpet. Okay? All right, so we're going to face that chair, and the leg that's next to the back of the chair is the one that you're going to take a little step under, and then when you bend your knee, you can feel that leg touching the chair, okay? So with the other leg, you're going to take a step back. That back foot is at that 45-degree angle, okay? So you're not up on the toes. You're going to bring the hips forward, bend the front knee, bring your hands to your heart, all right? Okay, so pull the belly in, lengthen through the tailbone, making sure that your abdominals are super tight here. We're going to inhale, and on an exhale, we're going to extend our arms up for a full expression of a warrior one. Now, starting with this right arm, you're going to windmill around into a warrior two. So notice that my knee is still bent. My knee is still touching that chair. My ribs are in the center. We're going to flip this front palm up and back to reverse our warrior. Looking up, feel that stretch. We're going to go back to that warrior two. And then we're going to come into a side angle pose, okay? So we're just going to hang out here in our side angle pose, then we're going to do all of that one more time. Let's press back up into our warrior two, and then we're going to come back into a warrior one. Then we're going to move to that warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior up and back. Let's come into our side angle pose. We're going to place this hand in the chair. Then we're going to press up into a warrior two. And we're going to windmill back around into a warrior one. Back into our warrior two. Reverse warrior up and back. We're going to come back to that warrior two. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this hand to the chair. We're going to bring this other hand down and around. So now I'm up on those back toes. My front knee is bent here. And then I'm going to bend my elbows and I'm going to press up. And I'm going to bend my elbows and I'm going to press up. And I'm going to bend my elbows and I'm going to press up and I'm going to come back around into that warrior two. I'm going to reverse the warrior up and back. Come back to warrior two. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in the arms. And then we're going to come to the other side. Now, I still have some additional add-ons to do, but let's do the other side. Give this leg a little break, this front leg. We'll do the other side, and then we're going to come back. So when we were doing our presses with our leg on the floor, we're going to try it by doing a full press, meaning both legs are going to be back. But we'll see. Okay, so here we go. So again, remember, it's the leg that's next to the back of the chair. Otherwise, you're going to be, if you're here trying to move and twist, that's not what I want, right? So it's the leg that's next to the back of the chair. That's the one that's under the chair. Bend the knee. Other leg steps back. Bring the hips forward. Bring your hands to your heart. Abdominals are tight. Lengthen through that tailbone. Bring your hands to your heart. And then we're going to bring those hands up to the ceiling. All right, are we ready? We're going to windmill around to that warrior two, facing me. Down and around back up to that warrior one. And around to that warrior two. Let's do that again. Back to your warrior one. And to warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior. Flip that palm up and back. Back to warrior two, and we're going to go to that side angle pose. Let's press it up. Back to warrior one. Move to your warrior two. Flip that palm up and back. We're going to go back to our side angle pose. Now bring this back arm around. Both hands are in the seat of the chair. Front knee is bent. My hips are around. I'm up on that back toe. And then I'm just going to bend my elbows and I'm going to press up. I'm going to bend my elbows and I'm going to press up. And I'm going to bend my elbows. And I'm going to press up. I'm going to come back around to warrior two. And to warrior one. And step out of it. Okay. How does that feel? So you can stick with that version and be just fine. But if you're with me, we're going to come back to the other side of our chair. And the only difference, we're still going to do all of those same poses, and we're moving, right? So today is all about moving. But when I get to the presses, instead of that knee staying forward, I'm going to bring that knee back. I'm going to bring my weight forward, and then I'm going to press, okay? So you don't have to do that version. You know, you can leave that leg on the floor and give yourself some support, and it's fine. Okay, here we go. We're going to face that chair. This is the leg that's going to step under. Back foot steps back, hips forward, bend the front knee. Bring your hands to your heart. You're facing over the chair, okay, the seat of the chair. Inhale, exhale, fingertips to ceiling. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, back around to warrior one. Exhale, back around to warrior two. Inhale up and around to warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Listen. Reverse that warrior up and back. We're going to come to that side angle pose. Now, the hand that's in the air, we're going to windmill it around, put both hands in the seat of the chair. Step that foot back or don't. Bring your weight forward and then press 3 times. Bending those elbows into the side waist, press it up. This is called a chaturanga. Down we go, hatalo push-up. And press it up. Can we do that one more time? Bend that elbow. Those elbows. Press it up. Let's bring that foot forward again. Come back into that warrior two. Flip the palms up and back. Back to warrior two. And we're going to step out of it. So we're moving through those poses with some fluidity, right? Are you getting the feeling of that? Whoo, right, I know. Let's do the other side. Okay, so again, leg next to the back of the chair. Step the other leg back. Hips forward, bend that front knee, bring your hands to your heart. Ha, okay. Are we ready? We got this. Here we go. Fingertips to the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, move into that warrior two. Inhale back to that warrior one. Exhale back to that warrior two. Inhale back to your warrior one. Exhale back to your warrior two. Are we ready? Let's reverse that warrior up and back. Back to warrior two, side angle pose. Okay, are we ready? Hands going to come to the chair. Let's step back. Bring that weight forward. Ready for that chaturanga? Here we go. Down and up. Bend those elbows and up. One more. Down and up. Step forward. Move back to your warrior two. Let's reverse it one more time. And release. Excellent work. Very good. Okay, so we're going to come back to the other side of our chair. And the next pose is called half moon. So half moon is a balanced pose, and we are going to be using our chair as if we had a block, right? So the chair is going to be replacing the block. So let's go ahead and face forward. So the leg next to the back of the chair, again, it's really important that you get that leg is the one that steps under, and then we're going to come back into a warrior two, okay? So we've just done this one, so we know this one well. Belly stays tight. Now we're going to come into a side angle pose. Now what I want you to do is have your weight forward into this leg, okay? And make sure, the other thing to think about is having the knee right over the heel, okay? So you don't want that foot too far forward. You want the knee right over the heel of that foot. Hold on to this chair. We're going to lift this leg up and come into a half moon. One more breath. We're going to put that leg down and we're going to come into a warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior. We're going to come back into a warrior two. Bring that hand back to the chair. Lift up into that half moon. Notice that my heart is lifted. So I'm not here, right? I'm not all crunched in on myself. I'm lifting up and out. I'm pulling up out of this standing hip, lifting up, using your abdominals. Okay, let's bend that supporting knee. Come back into that warrior two. Flip the palm up and back for that reverse warrior. We've got one more. Let's go back to warrior two. Put the hand in the chair. Press up into that half moon. One more breath. Bend that supporting knee. Put the foot back down. Back to warrior two. And release. How'd that feel? Okay, we got to do the other side. So here we go. Got that foot under the chair. Step back. Let's go ahead and move into that warrior two. And reverse our warrior up and back. Now we're going to put this hand in the chair like a side angle pose. All right, so we've got that chair here. Let's make sure, I'm just adjusting just for a second. I want that knee to be right over that ankle, right? So when you press down, you've got that purchase, okay? Are we ready? Let's lift. Now this side is maybe totally different than the other. It's so common. Lifting up through that standing leg. All right, bend the supporting knee. Put the foot back down. Come back to warrior two. Okay, are we ready? Can we do that again? Here we go. Let's reverse our warrior. Then we're going to come down, put that hand on the chair, and we're going to lift that leg up. Bend the supporting knee, put that foot back down, back to warrior two. Reverse that warrior up and back. This is our last one. Let's do it. See if you can have a real fluid movement here as you lift that leg up. One more breath here. Bend the supporting knee. Back down we go. And release. Okay. So we're going to stay on this side of the chair. We're going to move into a side plank series. Now, again, this is the leg that's next to the back of the chair. You want to be able to bend that knee and feel that chair on that knee or shin. So we're going to take that other leg and step it back. You're up on those back toes. Let's go ahead and come down onto our forearms. And all you're going to do, you're going to leave this front leg right where it is. You're going to windmill and bring this arm up. And notice how I'm coming from the toes, then I'm coming onto the side of that foot, and I'm opening up into that side plank. Let's bring that hand back down. You're back on those forearms. You're on those back toes now. Let's do that again. Open it up. Side plank. All right, bring that hand back down you're on those forearms. All right, so now if you want, you don't have to, but if you want, you're going to bring both feet back. You're in your plank. Then we're going to turn to our side plank. And then we're going to come back. And we're going to move back to that side plank. And back onto those forearms. Let's do one more. Onto that side, pressing up through these side waist muscles, pulling up. One more breath, back to plank, step forward, and roll it up. We have to do the other side. Ready? Okay, so the foot next to the back of the chair is the one that's going to go under. Step that other foot back, come onto those forearms. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to leave this leg where it is. We're going to turn onto those back toes. Not really toes, we're on the toes, and then we're turning to the side of the foot. And we're going to open. All right, let's bring that hand back down. And then let's open it up again. And we're going to come back down. And we're going to open it up again. Okay. Now, if you want the full expression of this pose, we're going to come back. Now we're going to bring that front foot back. So I'm in a full plank, and then I'm going to turn to the side into a side plank. Lifting up, and down we go, back to plank. Ready? Side plank. And down we go. Woo, we got one more. Here we go, side plank. And down we go. Bend the front knee, other leg comes up, and roll it up. All right, let's come to seated. And grab a sip of water. We're going to move into seated star pose. So we're going to start with just the legs and kind of get the feeling of that. So we're going to heel toe our feet just a couple of times wide. Knees are going to stay bent. Now I'm moving forward in my chair. You can hold on to that chair if you want to, and we're just going to extend the legs out, and then we're going to bend the knees in. So remember, abdominals are really tight here. Extend and bend. Extend and bend. One more. Extend and bend. Okay, so now we're going to add the arms onto that before we add additional legs. Okay, so remember, lifting up nice and tall, shoulders are down, belly is tight. We're going to extend the legs out, and then our arms are going to go up into, this is a seated star pose. And then we're going to come down, and then we're going to open. And down, and open, and down. One more. Open, and down, and take a little break. Okay, so go ahead and bring those knees together. So now, the add-on for this is, instead of our legs going to start here, our legs are going to start here. So let's just do the legs first. If you want to hold on to that chair, go for it. So they're starting with the knees together, and then we're going to come out and in. You feel the difference, right? It's pretty significant. And out and in. Are you pulling that belly in and out and in? One more, and out and in. Okay, are we ready to add the arms? Let's do it. Out, in. Out, in. Belly tight. Out, in. Try to make it a fluid movement. Out, in. Out, in. Out, in. Out, in. One more. We've got this. Out and in. How'd that feel, right? We're going to move into a leaning mountain with a twist. Let's extend our hands towards the ceiling for that extended mountain. And we're going to take our right hand down to the chair. We're going to lengthen up, try to touch the ceiling, and then we're going to lean our mountain. Now, as we bring this hand up to towards the ceiling, I want you to turn and look up. We're going to bring that hand over as we lean our mountain again. Take your hand towards the ceiling, turn and look up. Then we're going to do that one final time. Turn and look up. Bring that hand down, and let's go to the other side. Okay, so let's start in our extended mountain. Bring the other hand down to the chair. Lengthen first. Then we're going to lean our mountain. And then we're going to turn and look up at the ceiling. And lean your mountain. And turn and look up at the ceiling. And lean that mountain. Look up at the ceiling. Bring your hands down and release. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. The only difference is, instead of that hand on the chair for support, we're just going to let that hand come down by our side. So we've got to really work your abdominals and your side waist to give yourself that support that we did have with the hand being on the chair. Let's start an extended mountain. Ready? Let's bring that right hand down, but we're not going to touch the chair. Extend that left hand to the ceiling. Now we're going to lean. Keep this hip down. Let's come up and look up at the ceiling. And lean that mountain. Turn and look up at the ceiling. Do you feel the difference? Lean that mountain. Remember, you can always put that hand back on the chair if that feels better. Twist and look up. We got one more. Lean. Twist and look up. And release. Straight to the other side. Extended mountain. Left hand comes down. Right hand extends. Let's lean. And look up at that ceiling. And lean. And up and look at the ceiling. Down we go. Up we go. Last one. And up. Is your belly tight? And release. Wow, right? Are you pulling that belly in super tight? I know, me too. So I'm going to move a little bit forward in my chair. And I'm not going to hold on to my chair. I'm going to bring my hands to my heart. I'm going to lift my right knee up. Flex the foot. Push that foot out in front of you. Place the heel on the floor. Lengthen the hands to the ceiling. Bring them forward and walk your hand down the leg. And then up we go. Bring your hands back to heart. Bend the knee, put the foot on the floor. Bend that knee, bend the knee up, flex the foot, extend that leg. Put the foot on the floor, lengthen through the spine, and then walk the hands down the leg. One more breath. Come up, bend the knee, put the foot on the floor. Same leg, bring it up. Flex, push, place the heel on the floor, Lengthen through the spine. Walk the hands down the leg. Keeping the back flat, looking beyond those toes, feeling that stretch. And up we go. Let's do the other side. Hands to heart. Bring that knee up. Flex. Push through that heel. Hold that leg up. Pull that belly in. Don't lean back. Place the heel on the floor. Lengthen through the spine. Walk your hands down the leg. Feel that stretch in that hamstring, looking beyond those toes, keeping that back flat. And up we go. Bend the knee. Hands to heart. Extend. Foot down. Lengthen. Walk your hands down that leg. All right, bend the knee. Hands to heart. Bring that knee up. Flex the foot. Extend. Place the foot down. Lengthen through the spine. And walk those hands down that leg. One more breath. All right. So now I'm going to take my right ankle and I'm just going to lay it here on my left leg. Now, if this doesn't feel good for you, you can always cross ankle to ankle. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I'm just going to lengthen through my spine and I'm going to begin to let my heart fall forward. So a little stretch for the hip glute area back here. You feel that? All right, let's go ahead and come up and then let's rock our baby. Okay, place the leg down, lengthen through the spine, place the elbow there, chin on those fingers and press gently. If you like that version, smile. And up we go and rock your baby. Okay, and let's do one final version. I don't care, whatever you like to do. Just feel that stretch. Maybe you like the version that the arms come out and down. It's always a good version. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Just feel the stretch. All right, let's go to the other side. So maybe we just hang out here. You know, you could be great. This could be what you need right here, and that's fine. If you want a little more, you're going to lengthen through the spine and begin to let that heart fall forward. All right, let's come up and rock our baby. And put that leg down. This time I'm going to put my elbow here on that in front of the knee, and my chin is going to press down on those fingers. And up I go. And rock our baby. And the final version. Either of those two, but if you like the one where your arms come out and down, that's a good version. This is my favorite right here. I'm just going to stick with this one. One more breath. All right, go ahead and come up. We made it. Yay. Go ahead and sit back in your chair. You can lean back. Place those hands lightly on the thighs, flipping the palms up if that feels okay. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and close your eyes.
Get it behind you. It's not the most enjoyable thing you're ever going to do, yet it must be done. So block out some time as soon as you can, do the work, and get it behind you. Perhaps it's unfair. You have to do it, and no one else appreciates how difficult it is. As true as that may be, your best option is to go ahead and get it done. Look back on your past experience. You'll clearly see that procrastination and avoidance have never made anything any easier. Of course you don't feel like it right now, but once you get started and make a little progress and realize you will soon have it done, you'll feel much better. Now is when you can stop putting it off and start putting it behind you. Now is when you can improve the quality of every future moment by getting an unpleasant task done. The freedom of having it behind you is just a little bit of effort away. Get started creating that freedom right now and make room for all the other great things you can do.
Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up at the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with the hands. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with the left hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that opposite hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. I really appreciate it. Click on that subscribe button, leave me a comment, and I will see you next time.